good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And today we're going to be playing with ShiftBud. But first, we're going to continue on with this week's featured artist, and this is Brad Example, Little Bird. Brand new clip made by Russ, 8889, featuring Dave Barhorn. Let's do it.
Same old story. He's getting old and lives alone in a brick house. Down the road from me and never goes out. Waiting by a phone that never rings. He had a bird once, and every day his bird would sing a sweet song. Never flew away until one day it sang one final love song. And he loves until his heart broke. And he cried sometimes when the little birds sang their lonely love songs. Stares out the window down the road from me and watches the kids play. It's an old oak tree that stands between their homes with roots tangled in the clay. And the tears roll down a face that only tears have ever known. And all this time reflecting back a past could have fallen from an old man's nameless eyes. And he loves until his heart broke. And he cried sometimes when the little birds sang their lonely love songs. Until his heart broke. And he cried sometimes when the little birds sang their lonely love song. Same old story. We're getting old and live alone in these brick homes. The curtains close and life goes on to the sound of a lonely bird's love song.
Hell yeah. What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all doing well. Brad Example. That is a new video that just went up yesterday. All my troubles seem so far away. A Little Bird, that was, by Brad. Video clip by Russ. And some of you may have seen there's another clip floating around of this, but we can't really play it. But it has this very young version of Brad without a beard. It's very cool. But because of a dispute or something, we can't really play that. So this clip was made for that. So really cool stuff. Brad is our featured artist this week because he's awesome. And not only has he played in so many really cool bands throughout the years, but his original stuff is something I wanted to put a focus on this week because he is super talented. So thank you, Brad, for making awesome music that makes me happy. Yeah, and that's what we like. Hope you're all doing good. It is Tuesday morning here in Australia, Monday for the rest of you. I hope you all had a good time off. Me personally can't stand the holiday because everything's closed. I'm not going to go into why. Make up your own reasons. Let's say hello to folks in the chat. By the way, this is How to App on iOS, where every day we look at apps, creating music, all this kind of stuff. Have fantastic interviews with amazing creators. Talk about mental health and well-being. And on the weekend, I do a live performance. Hello to Jim Shannon on sounds. Hello, Thomas Christ, Joe Glenn, Brad Example. Who else do we have here? I think I saw Russ8889. I saw Gary Hubbs, Barry Glenn. Cy F, and good to see you, my friend. David Collette, hello, my friend. I hope you are well. Who else is here? Who else is in the house? I think I saw Lee, iOS Music Man. Hello to you. And have I missed anybody? Maybe not. All good. Thanks, Thomas, for posting some links there. Yeah, check out the gear guide that I have because there's lots of cool stuff that I have on there that you can check out. And I've always got it open here. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. So the website had a little bit of an update the other day. See, you can. Did I not update the website today? I was pretty sure I did that. Maybe I did. Yes, there we go. See, the show actually streams live every day from the website at howtoapp.on-ios.com. So you can actually watch it. Look, everybody's in the chat there. That's pretty cool. Also, hello, Timothy. There is the gear guide. You can find it there by clicking. There you see all the recommended gear stuff. And if you purchase anything from there, Amazon send me a fraction of money, very little. But it all goes to help this channel. So please do so. It does help. Plus, I can show you here as well. You've got me going now, Thomas. There's the merch stuff. And there's T-shirts and stuff. So, mugs, all that kind of stuff. Where are the new ones? Why are they not showing? There's new T-shirts and everything, but they're not showing. It is what it is. Anyway, we got to get into today's show. So we are looking at today. Let's see. Well, let's have a look at price drops first. Let's do that. I'm really unorganized today. Again, guys, still feeling like utter crap. Feeling better, but yeah, still meh. Still meh. All right, let's look at some price drops. Touch Viz is down from $9.99 to $4.99. All the same stuff as yesterday. OBXD, OPL, all like way more than half price. Nambrini apps, I think, is still half price. DM2 and DrumLab have dropped massively, so $8.99 to 99 cents. LumaFusion's on sale. That's of note, definitely. Ape Matrix, what we looked at yesterday. iDensity. I do believe also DRC is on sale as well. It is free to actually download DRC, but all the in-app purchases dropped severely. Rhino, Mammoth. Let's see, are all the Nambrini apps still on sale? I think they are. Yes, all the Nambrini apps are still on sale as well. Spatializer. If you want a link to this page that I show every day, LumaFusion is $20. Yes, indeed. The subscription is not on sale, just so you know. There is a link to this link here that I use every day to appslice.co. You can just go into the description, find the link, and you can save it as a favorite in your browser, and it'll take you to all the music apps only. So that's what I have set up here. But DRC is on sale as well. And yeah, it is free. So I'm considering, I have coming up on the show tomorrow, Pure Acid. And I have set up for the update for Space Fields. But I'm thinking I might drop Space Fields back to next week so I can do DRC and run through it. So if anybody is interested in DRC, you'll make it before the price changes, which I think is the 24th of April. So yeah, I may do that because I have the show ready to go. But those are price changes. We are looking at today. What are we looking at today? Let's do a search. We are looking at ShiftBud. ShiftBud by Cem Olcay, who makes all the bud apps because they're good buds. And everybody loves good buds. Smoking good buds. And the bud apps, the generative bud apps. So this one's ShiftBud. It is $4.99. So $5, a coffee. And we're going to have a look at it today. Hello, Pete Johns. Anyone else have I missed? I got Timothy in there. So we're looking at ShiftBud today. It is another generative app in the Bud series. And it's a really cool one. Let's talk about what it's modeled off. So now, I don't know a lot about this, but I've done a bit of research. So let's go over here. So this thing is actually modeled off the Turing Machine. Yeah, here it is here, the Turing Machine Mark II. So this is a quite a popular DIY eurorack modular synth thing. You know, I'm an expert on modular synth. Not! But this thing was launched in 2012. It's a random looping sequencer that spits out bass lines and melodies. It generates strings of random voltages that can be locked into looping sequences. These sequences can be allowed to slip, changing gradually over time. The module was inspired by the long history of shift register synth circuits, including the Tridex, Muse, and all of those. All of those right there. I'm such an expert. So basically, it's a random. There it is there. So you can actually buy this thing as a kit and build it yourself. But now for $5, you can have it in an app. Hello, Mix Club. So shall we open it up, have a play with it, and see what it does? Shall we? Yes, I think we shall. So we'll open up AUM. I have a project open up here. There it is. So I've got, you can see down the side here, I have a whole lot of these connected. And we have a whole lot of instruments here, so things connected. Shall we just turn it on and see what happens with this random generative stuff? I reckon so. Let's do it. Beautiful stuff. Let's stop it. Okie dokie. So one of my things I had set up there stopped working. That's because Pure Synth still loves to crash and make me restore everything from my hard drive. That's a thing, but there you go. So what I want to do is, what shall we do first? Let's run through the format. So what's really cool about it, hello Cem, good to see you. Thanks for joining the stream. All right, what I really like about this to kick off with, if I close out of this, out of AUM, and we open up the app by itself in standalone, because you can do that also. Where are we? Let's do a search for it. I think I went past it. ShiftBud. You get a really nice tutorial and very simple. And tutorials that just tell you stuff simply and easily really float my boat. Yes. So if we, I'm pretty sure it's in here, the tutorial. If you hit the settings down the bottom, you can actually go down here to the tutorial and look, it runs this whole sequence for you, letting you know everything here. So welcome to ShiftBud. You can create randomly looping generative sequences very quickly. ShiftBud inspired by the eurorack module Turing Machine by Tom Whitwell. So all you need to do is just touch and see the next piece of information. ShiftBud generates a random 16-bit integer that shifts the bits to the right of every pass, which results in a new bit, new value. The chaos knob here controls the chance of flip of the last bit. It introduces randomization to the sequence. If you fully rotate the chaos knob clockwise, the sequence loops the length amount of steps. If you rotate the chaos knob fully counterclockwise, it loops twice as much as the length amount. Click again. You can set the sequencer rate here with the rate knob. And down here you can change so in this note mode, ShiftBud sequences MIDI notes in the key scale that you set. You can also set the octave and velocity values of the notes as well. Plus you get this CC mode. So ShiftBud sequences MIDI control change values. You can set the lower and upper boundaries of the values, which is great for modulating other synths or ShiftBud itself. You can add patterns down here, much like all of the other Bud apps. So you can copy and paste and delete patterns yourself down there. And there is the settings. And that's it. You can select the key and scale you want to work in, handle your MIDI routes, and clear your parameter locks in the settings. Pretty much there you go. So it tells you can use it as an AUv3 and all that jazz. I want to start off by showing you here. Let's concentrate on this last one here, the cello. So I have this cello, the Swam cello connected, but I have it connected to two ShiftBuds down the bottom here. Okay, so in fact, let's clear this out and we'll start fresh, shall we? Let's start fresh and let's add a MIDI and we'll add an audio and we'll add two ShiftBuds in here. So do a search, ShiftBud, boom. We'll add another one. There we go. And we'll go in and add this cello in here. Swam cello 3 AU. And now what I'm going to do is go into the cello and I'm going to connect both of these buds to the same instrument. Why am I doing this, you ask? All right, so I'm going to disconnect the first one, just take it out of the picture. And then let's make this in the key of A, just for something different. So here's where you can choose your key. Really simple stuff. Click over here. We'll choose an A. Now you've got your sharps and flats and natural. So all pretty standard stuff you would expect from one of the Bud apps. So that's in A. Let's go a minor for now. And look, you do get an absolute, as usual, crap ton of scales. Most of them, you'll probably never ever, don't even know what they are. Should we choose something totally like, let's do a bebop dominant. Man, this plague has hit me so hard. All right, so we've hit that. We've got our minimum octave 2 and our maximum 4, so we'll leave that as that. And let's hit it. Let's start it playing. We'll slow down the rate to about half. We'll go a quarter. What I really love is the rests that are put in here. All right? And that I would say is because of the octaves that we've got set for this, which is really cool. But what I want to show you here is in this second bud, I'm going to change the settings because you can see this is running at the same time. It's running notes as well. I want to change to CC. And I've got this set to CC number 1, yeah? And I'm going to change this minimum value to maybe 15. We'll bring this, I don't know, randomly down to like 111. And then what we're going to do is go into Swarm. And I'm going to change the bow pressure here. So I'm going to select this bow pressure. And I'm going to add this value. Oh, sorry, what are we doing? We want... And now you should see this bow pressure is now being controlled. How cool is that? How cool is that? I love this, man. So there's CCs, and you can see the numbers of the CC moving here. So the value's moving. It's controlling the bow pressure of the cello. And you can assign these to virtually anything, anything that accepts you to manipulate CCs. So not only are you getting the notes, you're getting the bow pressure. We get changes to the fizz or whatever, because you can go in here to MIDI learn and learn anything virtually, yeah? So we could have added to the expression. So now we've got the expression going up and down. Wicked stuff. Really cool. Yeah, really cool for using a filter. Really imaginative stuff. So you could use it on, LFOs, anything you can set a CC to, you can have this running. And have it generate the notes as well. Let's speed this up a little bit. We'll change this just to a minor as well. And again, if I want to change the pattern, say I like this pattern, but I want to add another one, I want to be able to skip between them, I can hold down on here and see the little copy comes up. Now I can copy that. And I can paste it into the next section. So now I've got 3 different patterns down here that I can flick between. you can do the same when you've got it set to CC as well. So I could change the CC number in the next one to in another pattern down here. Let's change the rate. Look at that expression. And the bow pressure. But you get the idea. You can do some really cool stuff with this. Sai says, audio modeling will be proud. Yes, because audio modeling have a tendency when you review their apps to say, make sure you show off the expression. Because it's true, you know, hey, these things are really incredible because of the expression in them. So now I can add a CC and just create crazy randomized expression. It's a really fun stuff, I reckon. Absolutely. So let's open another project that I've made here. Hopefully this all works. So I've created this guitar one here. And I'm using ChordBud as well. I find that this works really well with ChordBud because you can create a nice underlying set of chords. So if we have a look at ChordBud here, I think this particular thing I've created is in the key of A minor. Yeah. So I've created a ChordBud to kick off the chords. And in ChordBud, which I've done a show on as well, you select your, so where are we? We select minor and then you add your chords in because you get a nice selection of chords here to add to your list. And again, you can create patterns from here as well. So I can create another pattern from scratch in minor here. So was it in A? I think we're in A. Let's do that. A. And we can add our minor chord. So A minor, we can go a C, D, A. And just throw in a bunch of random chords. So we've got a bass. And now if I just hit play. We've got some nice chords happening here. And you can see these doing their thing. And we can switch between the patterns. So what you also have in here is your velocity. So you can actually go in here and you can set the overall velocity. Well, that's the thing, Jim. Jim says here, too bad the UI on the pattern mode isn't much to write home about. But that's what it is. See, if you have a look at this here, this little section here, and we go back to the start where I showed you where this came from, there it is. It's pretty much a one-to-one version of this actual modular. And that's what makes this actual modular, this DIY kit, so popular. I mean, it's been around for years, as I said at the beginning. There it is. There's it in its physical hardware form. So yeah, some apps just don't need to look fancy. The more complicated you get sometimes, the more threatening apps can be. I find, you know, doing shows like this, you see it when people look at really overwhelming apps, the design sometimes. Developers may be going, wow, look at this UI I've made. It looks incredible. But for a lot of people, really like overcomplicated UIs can scare people away. So I think that's one of the nice characteristics of this. It's simple. I can see what's going on. I don't feel like I don't feel overwhelmed. I can see the notes it's playing. So you've also got velocity. You can control the overall velocity of these notes. If we just take everything out here, we can turn down the velocity overall, or we can bring it all up. So leave it on 90. Plus, you can randomize as well. So you can decide on a minimal velocity and a maximum velocity. So you can hear, if I turn this up now, we are on number 2. These notes are getting louder and softer. It's all right, Dave. Have a great evening ahead. Always a pleasure to see you. So, yeah, another nice little thing there, being able to mess with the velocity. I'm just going to leave it as it is. Bring the volume up a bit. Shall we bring in, what do we add in here? Let's do a swarm. We'll add another shift. So I'm going to choose here number 3, because that's the third one we've added. And the beautiful thing is you can play with all this, these chaos buttons, and you'll notice, so we'll, so we've got this currently set to 16, and you'll notice things change as we change this chaos up here. And look, I've used some of these Bud apps in one of my songs recently that I did on Loopy Pro, the Kindercore song. In the middle section, I used one of these. What I love about these, they're fantastic for doing tutorials. I really love that because it takes a lot of time each day to come up with music to show off apps, yeah? And to be able to have so many of these beautiful generative apps to just be able to make something in an instant and really accentuate the app that you're showing off. So for tutorials, these things are amazing. I have to admit, I do love them. There's really not much to this app. So, you know, I could sit here and yammer on today, but it's probably going to be a shorter one because, as you can hear, they just make music themselves. They just do the job. They make beautiful sounds. Let's add maybe some effects to this. Maybe we can add some piano to it. Maybe a retro piano. Let's give it a nice deep piano, detuned. And what I had earlier going on was very random because I just added Borster in here. Look what this does. So we'll add another one. I'm going to hook this up to Borster. And what's interesting, because it's playing all these notes, it's playing all these different parts out of Borster. So if we turn up the rate for Borster, it starts filling it out more as well. How cool is that? Look at poor Borster. No probs, Lee. Have a great night. You should be able to get some really interesting rhythms out of this too. Cool stuff. What do you guys reckon? $5. Good fun. Nice. Lovely jubbly. I'm going to save that. Let's just hit save, like I save all these sessions, because that one turned out really interesting. Yeah, another really, really cool app. Hello, Sean. Good to see you. For those of you who want an update, so I've nearly kicked the plague. I've finished. I'm on my last dose of tablets. I only have to take one more pack of tablets straight after this show, so my mouth will no longer taste like shit. Yay! Because these tablets, these things, Paxlovids, they are beautiful. They make your mouth taste like shit. The only traces of the plague I have left is the cough, but we're nearly over it. So hopefully over the next couple of days, it will all be gone. Fingers crossed. But hey, thanks for joining me today. Tomorrow, what are we looking at tomorrow? We are looking at something I've wanted to look at for ages. Shall I give you a quick look at it? Because it's been around for a while. It is this pure acid. So if you're into acid music tomorrow, this is what we're going to be looking at. And it comes packed with heaps of presets. Look at them all, heaps of them. And it's, here we go. This is where I was talking about before about complicated looking UIs. And for the longest time, this to me was like, man, there's a lot here to take on. But actually, it's quite easy to work out. Things like a groove box, drum machine, it's pretty sick. You can use it in GarageBand as an AUv3. Yeah! So I'll show you this tomorrow. Running in, so it has a mixer, sound effects, sequencer, bass. It's really cool. Plus, what's going on at the moment with this is the developer is in the Ukraine and has some in-app purchases, which I'll most likely have on here by tomorrow. And it'll really go towards helping what's going on with him in Ukraine. So it's a Ukraine-colored here UI. But we'll have a look at this tomorrow, shall we? And I'll show you this running in like GarageBand as well. And, you know, you can mix and match sounds with this in GarageBand with some of the drums in there if you just want to use the synth out of this as well. So the sequencer, it's really cool. So we'll be looking at this tomorrow. Hey guys, I hope you all have a wonderful day and do the things that make you happy. Remember that mistakes make us better and we shall all rise together. Thank you all for joining me today. Always love your company and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Yeah. See you, Cem. Thanks for the fantastic app as always. Bye.
Stunning. Stunning.
Stunning. Absolutely stunning.